All right. Alligators, here we come. Ready or not, here we come. Let's have a look at some of this spectacular scenery. This looks like a good spot. I can maneuver through here. A lot of splashes. Probably yellow-eared sliders or red-eared sliders. More than likely, snapping turtles don't come out of the water. Except for the female when it's time for her to lay her eggs. It's got to be careful too sometimes, because if you get them in shallow water, in a backwater, with not much room to move, they can flip the canoe using that powerful tail of theirs. You go over the top of one in shallow water and he doesn't want you there, you'll know about it. Yes, finally, what I've been looking for. There we go. The all-American alligator. He's checking us out too. And what on earth is that? He didn't like us getting too close, that's for sure. But I did see a big one here before. Sometimes if you're in the territory of a big one, he might come and find you. They usually like to show up when the mosquitoes and midges or no-see-ums start biting. For bubbles, there's a few bubbles stirring. Could be snapping turtles. Could be a gator. See that big broad shovel-shaped head? Dark eyes, dark skin, great camouflage. There are only 2 species of alligator found in the world. The other one is the Chinese alligator, and they're from the same family as the caimans. Awesome to see them out here in their natural habitat in the wild. Lucky for the state and federal governments protecting alligators, because they were nearly hunted to extinction in the 50s. Since then their populations come back, but they're nearly all gone. So and I think the ones that have survived from the 50s are going to be living in places like this. They can hide, they can get away from areas where boats have easy access. I must admit there has been more, I've seen more alligators in the parts of the river that have been influenced by the tidal push. Maybe even a little bit brackish. But what actually happens in these parts is the salt water is a lot heavier than the fresh water, so the saltwater purge still comes in, it's actually underneath the freshwater, so you still get that rise and fall of the tide miles and miles from the coastline, but it's actually freshwater's rising and subsiding as the saltwater comes in and goes out. And I have seen a lot more gators in that type of area, but they are the smaller ones. A lot of the smaller ones. I think the big ones are back here in these backwater swamps, where they've been hiding for decades and decades. It's a good thing we still get to see them. And they do play an important role in the ecosystem, obviously, in being an apex predator, top of the food chain. Successful conservation of species boils down to one thing, this: conserving habitat. If the animals have a place to live, they will always be there. It's up to us to ensure that their homes are safe and protected.